The waiter straightens his posture. The conversations die down. A woman has just walked into the restaurant, and no one knows who she is, but everyone feels it. It is not the dress, although it is impeccable. It is not the handbag, although, without needing to look twice, that it cost more than most people's rent. It is something else. Something that cannot be bought at Saks, that does not come in a gift box, but that, when you have it, is worth more than any black credit card could pay. It is silent power. And today, you will discover how these women do it without seeming like they are even trying. Because, let us be honest, the woman who tries too hard always ends up looking like less. My name is Carol. I am 40 years old, and my channel, Lucrative Elegance, exists to teach you how to make the right impression without screaming for attention. If you want to learn how to be treated with more respect, open doors that used to be closed, and turn your elegance into something that truly transforms your life, subscribe to the channel now, activate the notification bell, and leave a like. Because what I am going to show you today is not just about clothes. It is about how the world treats you when you master the invisible codes of luxury. Now think with me. Have you ever noticed how some women walk into a room and everything seems to revolve around them? And how, when you try to copy it, it never feels the same? That is because what they have is not clothing. It is a code. It is a language. It is a way of existing in the world that communicates, without words, who they are. Let me tell you about two women I saw in the same week. The first one. She arrives at a corporate event wearing a dress that clearly cost a fortune, logos printed everywhere. Designer shoes with that red sole that screams, "I paid a lot for this." She speaks loudly, laughs even louder, and tells everyone where she bought every single piece. By the end of the night, no one remembers her, only the brands she was wearing. The second woman. She walks into the same kind of event wearing a flawless caramel blazer, black tailored trousers, and leather shoes with no flashy details. She greets a few people, smiles discreetly, and asks questions instead of giving monologues. By the end of the night, everyone wants her business card. Why? Because she was not selling anything. She simply was. That is the difference between trying and being. Let us get straight to the point. In the year 2025, the fashion world is in a silent war. On one side, we have quiet luxury, that whispered elegance that has dominated recent years. Brands like the Row, Loro Piana, and Bottega Veneta continue to create minimalist pieces that exude refinement without loud logos. On the other side, fashion houses like Gucci, Chanel, and Versace are bringing back loud luxury, the kind of luxury that screams and demands to be seen. But here is the secret that separates you from everyone else. It does not matter which side is trending. What matters is knowing when to use each code. Because elegance is not about following trends, it is about choosing what serves you. The word elegance comes from the Latin elegere, to choose, to select. It is not about having money. It is about knowing what to do, when, how, and with whom. It is about respect, for others and for yourself. It is about doing what is right even when no one is watching. And here is the part that will change everything for you. While ordinary marketing screams to be noticed, luxury whispers, and even so you still hear it. Do you know what the biggest mistake is among women who want to be valued? They seek external validation. They need someone to say they look good. They post the picture and keep refreshing the page to see how many likes it gets. But the client, or the world, only trusts someone who trusts herself. The price you charge reveals the price you place on yourself. Do you want to be evaluated based on your competence or ignored for being too accessible? Here is something that Harvard discovered that will change how you present yourself to the world. We make 11 judgments about someone in the first 7 seconds of interaction, and 93% of those judgments have nothing to do with what you say. It is how you move, how you position yourself, the tone of your voice, the speed at which you speak. And there is more. The human brain trusts more those who speak slowly, smile less, and move with control. Silence, in the body of a confident woman, is interpreted as power, not as shyness, as power. That means you can literally say less and be heard more, but only if you know the code. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, appeared in January of 2025 at the Royal Marsden Hospital, wearing a burgundy sweater by Gabriella Hearst and a skirt by Edeline Lee, she was not trying to impress anyone. But everyone noticed. Why? Because she understands something fundamental about silent preparation. The woman who seems naturally elegant is the one who prepared the most. No one wakes up looking flawless. There is work, deliberate choices, and a deep understanding of how you want to be perceived. And it is not just about clothing. The quiet luxury movement values premium fabrics, impeccable tailoring, and refined craftsmanship, creating a wardrobe that feels both luxurious and understated. This means that when you invest in a quality piece, you are making a statement about who you are, not about what you can afford. Now, let me reveal the 3 codes that separate women who are seen as luxury from those who are seen as ordinary. These are the codes that wealthy women instinctively understand, but that no one ever taught you. Until now. First code, silent preparation. Nothing is natural, everything is rehearsed with grace. Have you noticed how some women always seem ready for any situation? Their makeup is never smudged, their hair is never out of place, and they are never dressed inappropriately for the occasion. That is not luck. It is preparation. It is waking up and thinking about what you are going to wear, considering where you are going, who will be there, and what message you want to communicate. It is having your clothes ironed before you even need them. It is having your shoes clean and organized. It is knowing the day before that tomorrow you have that important meeting and already setting everything aside. Is it boring? Maybe. Is it effective? Absolutely. The woman who looks effortless is actually the one who worked the hardest, but no one sees what happens behind the scenes. Second code, refined interpretation. She who reads the room never misses the tone. Do you know that person who always knows what to say? Who never overdoes it? Who can read the environment and adapt without losing her essence? That is refined interpretation. It is the ability to understand when you are too much or not enough. It is noticing that at that dinner party everyone is wearing black, and you showed up in red, and choosing whether that will make you stand out in a good or a bad way. Elegance is always appropriate. Never too much, never too little. It is like a dancer who knows the choreography so well that she can improvise without losing the rhythm. You are not blindly following rules. You are interpreting the moment and responding with sophistication. Third code, committed communication. The woman who asks the questions is the one who leads. The most elegant women speak little, but when they do, everyone listens. Do you know why? Because they are not trying to prove anything. They ask questions instead of delivering monologues. They listen more than they speak, and when they do speak, every word matters. The one who leads the conversation is the one who asks the right questions, not the one who speaks the loudest. The one who controls the silence, controls the room. And that, my dear friend, is power in its purest form. Here is something you need to understand about the year 2025. The color palette of quiet luxury is defined by neutral and earthy tones. Beiges, taupes, sand, stone, and café au lait hues create a natural, effortless elegance. But pay attention, this does not mean you have to dress like a beige potato sack. It means you choose colors that flatter you and allow you to shine, not your clothes. And there is more. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has become a modern style icon by showing that discreet elegance can be just as impactful, if not more, than ostentatious displays of wealth. She is not shouting, "Look at me," but everyone looks, because she understands that luxury does not ask for attention, it receives it. I used to be the woman who thought elegance was about buying whatever others were wearing. It is true. I would see an influencer wearing a beautiful coat and think, if I buy the same one, I will look just as sophisticated. Until I realized that the woman who inspires is the one who copies no one. She creates her own code. And when you discover that, when you stop following and start leading your own aesthetic, everything changes. Now you must be thinking, Carol, but how do I actually become this woman who walks into a restaurant and changes the air in the room? Great question, and I have the answer. First, you need to understand that selling is an invasion. That is why luxury sells with elegance, not with insistence. Think about the last time you walked into a true luxury store, like Chanel. No one rushed to you offering a discount. No one followed you around the store. They greeted you politely and then left you alone, because they know that true luxury does not need to convince anyone. It awakens curiosity first, then admiration, and only then, desire. That is the difference between someone who pushes and someone who attracts. Do you want to be the woman who pushes or the one who attracts? If all of this resonated with you, if you feel that you were born to be seen with respect but have not yet discovered how, then I created the course Look Rich Without Spending Much exactly for you. This course exists for women like you. Women who understand that elegance is not about how much you spend, but about what you know. Because let us be honest, wealthy women are not more intelligent than you. They just know the rules of the game. And I am going to teach you those rules. In the course, you will learn the visual, behavioral, and social codes that wealthy women naturally master. Now, let me tell you, the course is currently at a promotional price, and I do not know how long I will keep this offer available. If you are tired of being invisible, not being taken seriously, and always feeling one step behind other women, this course is for you. The link is in the description. Click it now and secure your spot before the price goes up. Back to the point, there is something you need to know about how the fashion world works in the year 2025. After years of quiet luxury dominating the scene, major luxury brands are now trying to bring back flashier styles to attract tired consumers. Do you know what that means? It means that many women will fall into the trap of thinking they need to go back to wearing oversized logos and loud pieces in order to be seen as successful. But here's what you need to understand. This is a marketing strategy. The brands want you to buy new things, but the truly elegant woman does not fall for that. She knows that silent luxury is a lifestyle philosophy defined by discreet elegance, refined consumption, and discerning taste, which deliberately avoids ostentatious displays of wealth in favor of subtle signals that only the truly knowledgeable can recognize. Let me give you a very practical example. You know those handbags that have the brand logo printed everywhere? Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Coach? Exactly. Those bags scream, "I have money." But do you know what else they scream? "I need you to know that I have money." And that, my dear friend, is not elegance. That is insecurity. Now think about a Hermes bag. A Birkin, for example. It has no logo at all. But if you know, you know. And if you do not know, it is not trying to impress you anyway. That is the difference. The invisible brand is a signature of quiet luxury. No logos, no monograms, no obvious brand identifiers. But pay attention. This does not mean you need to spend $10,000 on a handbag. It means you need to choose pieces that are beautiful in themselves, not because they have a big logo. It means investing in quality, not quantity. It means owning fewer pieces, but ones that last longer and make you feel good every time you wear them. Take a breath. Can you already feel how this is changing your way of thinking? Speaking of quality, let me share something surprising. Sustainability continues to dominate the luxury fashion scene, with brands incorporating regenerative materials, circular production methods, and transparency in their supply chains. What does that mean for you? It means that the most elegant and conscious women of 2025 are not buying fast fashion. They are investing in pieces that will last, that were made ethically, and that will not be out of style by next season. And there is more. The philosophy of Brunello Cucinelli, one of the most respected brands in quiet luxury, is centered on humanistic capitalism, emphasizing ethical production and fair treatment of workers. Why does this matter? Because when you buy something made with care by people who were treated with dignity, you are making a decision about the kind of world you want to live in. And that is elegance at its deepest level. Now let us talk about something no one tells you, but it makes all the difference. The way you move. Yes, you read that correctly. The way you walk, sit, gesture, all of this communicates who you are before you even say a word. Next time you watch a movie or series, pay attention. Look at how the characters who represent rich, elegant women move. They are slow, deliberate. They are never in a rush. They do not make abrupt movements. Why? Because being in a hurry is something associated with people who have no control over their lives. And elegance is, above all, control. That does not mean you need to walk through life in slow motion. It means you need to be fully present in every moment. When you sit down, you do it with intention. When you pick up a glass, you do it with grace. When you speak, you do not gesture as if you are trying to shoo away flies. You are economical with your movements because every gesture has purpose. Here is something funny. The most elegant women I know do not try to be elegant. They simply are. Because elegance has become a part of who they are, not something they put on when they leave the house. And that is what you need to understand. Elegance is not a performance. It is character. Now, one thing that deeply irritates me, and I know you will agree, is this outdated idea that elegance is something for old, boring women who do not know how to have fun. That is a lie. Elegance is about having standards. It is about respecting yourself. And yes, you can respect yourself and still be fun, humorous, and lighthearted. I am 40 years old. I love going out with my girlfriends, drinking wine, laughing loudly. But I also know how to behave in a formal environment. I know when to lower my voice, when to sit with my legs crossed, when to choose my words carefully. And that does not make me less fun. It makes me versatile. And versatility is power. Speaking of power, let us discuss something that few people understand: the power of silence. We live in an era where everyone wants to speak, to share, to have an opinion about everything. But the truly powerful women know that sometimes staying silent is the strongest move of all. When you do not feel obligated to fill every second of silence with conversation, you demonstrate confidence. When you do not need to talk about all your accomplishments, you demonstrate security. When you can sit in a room full of people and simply observe, you demonstrate control. And here is something interesting: people begin to see you as mysterious. And mystery is attractive, because when you do not hand everything over on a silver platter, people become curious. They want to know more about you. And suddenly you become interesting, not because you are trying, but precisely because you are not. Look, I am going to be honest with you. Everything I am teaching you today will not change your life overnight. Elegance is a process. It is something you develop over time, through conscious choices and deliberate practice. But here's the good news: every small change you make matters. Every time you choose the quality piece over the cheaper option. Every time you lower your voice instead of shouting. Every time you sit with proper posture instead of slouching. All of it adds up. And eventually you look in the mirror and realize you have become that woman. The one who walks into a restaurant and the waiter straightens his posture. The one who does not need to raise her voice to get attention because she already has it. The one who knows her worth and accepts nothing less. And when you reach that point, something surprising happens. People begin to treat you differently. They offer you better opportunities. They include you in higher circles. They respect you in a way they never did before. Why? Because you changed the way you present yourself to the world, and the world responded. Now, I want to talk to you about something important. If you enjoyed this content, if you feel that you learned something valuable today, I have a request for you. Consider becoming a supporter of this channel through the Members Club. The membership starts at $4.99 per month, and it helps me continue producing this kind of high-quality content for you. To become a member, simply click the Join button below. You will get access to exclusive content and much more. Think of it this way: it costs less than a coffee at Starbucks, but the value you receive is infinitely greater. So, what did we learn today? Elegance is not about money. It is about choices. It is about silent preparation, refined interpretation, and committed communication. It is about knowing the rules of the game and consciously deciding when to follow them and when to break them. Elegance is not in the price of your handbag. It is in how you make others feel. It is in treating the waiter with the same respect you give the CEO. It is in being kind without being weak. It is in having standards without being arrogant. And when you learn this, when you truly internalize that elegance is about awareness, about ethics and aesthetics finally coming together, you no longer need to prove your worth. Because your worth becomes evident in every choice you make, in every word you speak, in every movement you execute. Being elegant is like lighting a candle in a dark room. You do not need to shout to be noticed. The light speaks for you. So, my dear friend, the next time you walk into a restaurant, remember this: you have the power to make the waiter straighten his posture. Not because you are wearing the most expensive outfit, not because you are demanding attention, but because you know who you are, you know your worth, and you present yourself to the world with authenticity and elegance. And that is the invisible code of elegant women. That is how luxury conquers without needing to sell. That is how you can turn your elegance into something that truly changes your life. Now go and show the world who you are. With elegance, with grace, with silent power. I will see you in the next video.